We will now proceed with a PowerPoint presentation by Bank of Baroda. This is on the topic Empowering MSME Growth, Leveraging our Flagship Products and Trade Finance Offerings. For this, I would like to call Mr. Sandeep Prakash, Assistant General Manager, MSME Sales, Bank of Baroda, and Ms. Tania Das, Senior Manager, Forex Department, Mumbai Zone, Bank of Baroda. Kindly come on the stage.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am here today to take you through the Bank of Baroda products which is offered for trade finance part. So before I dive into our product portfolio, I would like to be brief about the strong legacy which we follow since 1908. And today in 2024, after several transformations, we are a second largest PSU bank operating in 19 geographies globally and also 18,500 plus network in India. To be more specific for my product portfolio, I would like to mention that we are having 210 branches. Just a second. Sorry for the disruption. So we are having 210 Forex specialized branches globally and 30 plus Forex branches in Mumbai city and Navi Mumbai, which is catering to corporate, mid-corporate, SMEs and also retail. With this, I would like to mention that we are having a trade Forex back office in Gandhinagar as well as in Bangalore for expert solutions of trade finance operations. As we all understand that trade finance is a sector which is very niche and which requires specialized people to take care of the transactions so that there is nothing which is beyond compliance. Compliance banking is the culture which we follow in Bank of Baroda. And with that, I would like to mention that the Bangalore zone of TFBO is catering to the east and southern states, and rest of India has been catered by Gandhinagar team. We also have a IFSC unit, which is kind of a foreign branch operating in India Gift City. Firstly, as we talk about the fintech solution and digitization, I would like to mention that in 2018, we have started TFBO. And thereafter, after several demonstrations, since we are in Gandhinagar and customers are in Pan-India, we have developed a Baroda Insta Smart Trade portal, which is basically a portal wherein a user ID password will be given to our customers, and it will be a direct interface of the customers with their TFBO, be it Bangalore or Gandhinagar. So for Mumbai, Gandhinagar team will be catering to these solutions, and all the Forex transactions are being done by Gandhinagar team. So this is the solution wherein you just have to give the transaction as a scanned copy, and without a signature of your own, your transaction can be processed on the same day. And for this, we have a specialized team in Gandhinagar who is taking care for any transaction which is coming to them on the same day. Also, we can do the same through branch also. It doesn't mean that Baroda Insta portal is the portal only, you have to go through that. We have both places open to cater to the transactions. So this is the fintech solution which we are offering, as East 7.0 is the major agenda of Union government to get digitization of MSME customers. We move on next to the, This is our curated product portfolio wherein there are numerous products we have. The generic ones, I will not be able to speak about it right now. We have a stall outside. You can please come and contact us. We would like to speak about the major and the important products, which is a unique features of Bank of Baroda. Firstly, we'll talk about, now gold card exporters, RBI, as we all know, priority sector lending is the export lending. Export finance is under priority sector. Hence, as a bank, we have come up with a special gold card products wherein we give you few benefits. These are the benefits of gold card exporter, wherein firstly we are giving a 20% ad hoc limit, which is available to you in case of any emergency, you can use the product. Secondly, we are giving you 25% 25 BPS concession in the rate of interest. Then we are also giving 10% concession on the base charges of commission, and also we are paying the pre and post shipment finance of ECGC. Like as we in the panel discussion we all heard that ECGC is a major part since the risk rating of the countries is being done by them. So when pre and post shipment finance is taken, we have to get it covered through ECGC as a bank. For the same, the premiums are very high. Hence, for that, we are covering all our clients who are having gold card with us, and we are also paying their premium. So, which is saving on cost for them. Now, we will be talking about import financing. So, in import financing, the major product which we have is LC, BG, UPAS LC, and standby LC, and many others. Important product to be specified in this seminar, I would mention that UPAS LC is a kind of an LC wherein usance payable at site. I will go a little slower. Usance payable at site means the importer who is my customer will be paying at usance after the due date of as per the working capital cycle during the sanction. But his seller, the importer seller, the overseas seller will be paid at site. This will enable him to get better pricing, better quotation, as the overseas seller will be paid at site through our Forex branches. How does it work? Now there is a question, how does it work? It will work very easily. We have IFSC unit in Gandhinagar who will leverage our global branches situational, and we can get good quotations, rates, pricing terms from our own branches, and we can leverage that global connection of us, and we can give you a better rate through our IFSC unit. So with that, our IFSC unit will be giving a quotation, wherein with that quote we will be mentioning everything in LC, and we will go forward with giving the trade credit through SBLC. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. This is usance payable at LC. In the similar terms, this is the LC. It is a LC financing, LC document, it is a type of LC. Now second, just now I have mentioned trade credit through SBLC. Similar way, the product is not LC. The point to be noted here is direct import bill will also be financed by us. Yes, you have heard it right. Direct import bill. That means it is not a bank-to-bank document. We, Bank of Baroda, is financing the same with this product, wherein the similar terms we will be negotiating with our branches abroad and also other banks abroad and get a better rate. We will be financing your bill and we will pay the seller immediately, but we will take the payment from you on due date, that is usance period will be given to you. This generally happens for those customers who are actually not been able to pay, urgency need of funds. There are many such cases which happens that they have to make the payment, bill of entry is already generated. So in those cases, we are doing this kind of financing. Moving on, next is the Forex rates. This is a very important area when it comes to Forex transaction. We have tie-up with CCIL portal, wherein you can take USD INR rates, cash as well as forward directly. Through the portal, and we do not maintain any kind of secrecy. There is full transparency in this portal. You can see the IBR which is going on, which the dealers in my treasury can see. The similar will be shown to you in the portal as well, because since this is not a Bank of Baroda product, this is a product with help of CCIL. We have taken a permission and we are giving trainings to all our customers who have been availing this facility. We also do negotiate rates, FX margin rates, depending on the projected Forex turnover of your business. Now, as the topic was going on, SRVA. As we all know, RBI has directives to invoice in INR. They are telling us to start invoicing in INR. There are many clients which we see in Mumbai Zone who are dealing in Africa. They are facing huge crisis and the EDPMS pendencies is rising up because they are the person to be paid, they are not having dollar. The bank doesn't have dollar to pay. So those kind of EDPMS pendency can be sorted if we can go to invoicing through INR. We are already having 16 bank accounts, 16 different countries, which starting from London to Botswana to all such banks you can see. We have also given this to everybody. I would request to just go through that, and after in the tea break we can connect with each other so that we can clear the doubt. The phone numbers has also been given to all of you. Please do connect. And this is all from my side in the trade finance part. I would request my colleague to just carry forward this transaction. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a pleasure once again to welcome you on behalf of Bank of Baroda. The timelines given to us are pretty sacrosanct, so I'm going to rush you through the presentation. And I hope so, as the previous session was quite enriching, this session is also going to be mutually beneficial and enriching one. So with that, we start the presentation piece. I'm sorry for this. Can somebody manage this, please? So why this sudden fascination with the MSME piece for the entire banking industry? So while the data is already there for you to see, so almost some 30% of our GDP is being contributed by the MSME sector, 48% export. So all this, and MSME being the backbone of this entire economy, everywhere you hear this. But I'll give you some more data stat on this, and that is, in 2012, MSMEs were contributing to somewhere around 20% of the overall GDP growth. GDP not growth, but GDP as such. Today they are contributing close to 32% as it. Now coming to think of it, in developed countries, this proportion is close to 60% or so. And this is where this whole fascination is basically coming to. We are typically aspiring to be a developed country, and that is where the MSME sector's growth is also going to be coming from. This 30% GDP contribution may basically exponentially grow to 50 or 60% also. And this is where this banking industry's whole fascination with the MSME piece to service you, your requirement, basically comes where to. Please. So if the opportunity is there, it is not going to be devoid of challenges. So the challenges obviously are there. And basically, once the panel also discussed that there is a huge kind of a gap right now which MSMEs are facing, and that is not due to only that the banking industry doesn't want to lend, but because of the informal sector of economy, which is typically not great on the data points and all, which formally is graduating. Now there is an Udyam Assist which is typically trying to graduate the MSMEs to Udyam, and the digital rails are also now providing us the ambit to finance these MSMEs. The second point regarding this limited availability of collateral security. So earlier it was कि अच्छा आपको loan चाहिए तो collateral कितना है? But nowhere now this kind of a terminology is being only referred to. Even during the panel discussion, all you could hear was that the banks are trying to now focus on the cash flow based lending. Now when I say cash flow based lending, the business is going to be speaking for itself. The data is going to be speaking for itself. The growth is going to be, the business growth is going to be speaking for itself. And this is where we have quite a number of products in which we can support you in terms of low collateral coverage also, in terms of mixed kind of collateral coverage also, and in terms of no collateral coverage also. Thank you. We can proceed on to the next one. So this is typically, I think there is a slight typo error. 117-year-old bank. It is not 117-year-old bank, but it is a 117-year young bank, I would say, because we have basically transformed, as my colleague also pointed out, we have evolved over this 117-year time period, staying so relevant that we are among the leading public sector banks currently in the country. So this has been a constant stages of evolution that we have gone through. And now that we are basically there in every nook and corner of the country. So obviously, the size is not comparable to a State Bank of India, but yes, to a majority of other banks, we are much bigger and we have our presence across the nook and corner of the country. This presence, next one please. This presence is typically there in Mumbai also, so very much relevant to the Mumbai piece that I'm now talking about. We have got more than 300 branches in Bombay, which are supported by 6 regions. So every region contributing to around 50-60 branches. And out of those 310 branches, we have basically crystallized near about 27 branches, which are MSME focused branches. Now, what do you mean by MSME focused branches is typically in terms of infrastructure, they have got the wherewithal to welcome you, to understand your points, discuss with you. There is a separate MSME lounge in these branches. You walk into those branches. The manpower is also capacitized in a manner that they know about the product, they know about the industry, they know about the segment, they know about government policies as to what are going to help you. So these discussions would be pretty enriching ones. Once again, I can tell you, I can assure you. So anytime, whenever you feel the need, you, your friends, your colleagues, anywhere, you can always approach these branches which are going to be of effective help to you. So now coming to the product range, I would only basically say 2 words out here. What MSME needs, to my understanding, in the last whatever time that I have been there with this industry piece, is timely and adequate finance. So 2 word summation for this entire piece can be timely and adequate finance. Now, how do you provide timely and adequate finance? So I have a cash credit limit, I have a overdraft limit, I have a term loan, I have a BG, PC, LC and whatnot. Whatever is there under the sun, I can offer you everything. But a trader in a steel sector is going to have a different demand from a commercial vehicle person. Similarly, a textile segment customer would have a different demand from somebody in other segment. So one size fits all doesn't basically suit here. So we have got tailor-made scheme for specific sectors. I would start with the Baroda textile scheme. So we have given the booklets also, wherein these schemes are described in somewhat detail. In case you want to further have any clarity, you can always connect with us during this tea break also, as well as we are going to be sharing the numbers on which you can always dial up and understand if you have any clarity. But due to paucity of time, it won't be possible to answer the questions out here. So that is it. So we start with Baroda textile scheme. There are a few snippets out here, but I would only cover something which may basically interest you even out here and more in this. So under TUFs, अगर कोई textile में player है, under TUFs आप नई machinery लेते हैं, everybody would be funding you. But would they be funding for second-hand machinery also? So the answer from Bank of Baroda is yes. Now, what tenure of loans can you look for? So normally the tenure of loan is 6 years, 5 years, 7 years. But out here, it can be up to 9 years also. Similarly, one statement which I can basically make on the behalf of the bank is, any good account, we won't lose for the want of collateral coverage. So if the account is credit worthy, if the figures are good enough to be considered, we won't lose any account due to collateral coverage piece. So the cash flow base, whatever that we were discussing in the panel discussion, stands true with Bank of Baroda truly in all its in intent. Gold card facility. Now this gold card facility is typically a facility wherein we would sanction you upfront 20% kind of a facility to you. Now अब पता नहीं होता है, मौका एक बहुत ही छोटा सा शब्द है, आता है और चला जाता है. तो let's say there is an opportunity of growth somewhere. So what do? Apply to the bank at that point of time. पता चलेगा एक महीना बीत गया, नहीं हो रहा है कुछ. At the time of sanction only, हम आपका एक assessment करते हैं कि basis this assessment you are eligible for this limit. Now, in addition to this limit, we basically sanction you an additional limit of 20% or so. उस assessment के अलावा अगर आपका business growth कुछ दिखता है, तो this kind of a limit is godsend opportunity for you. You won't lose that mauka because of dearth of finance. So herein, basically, we stand true to this topic of our conversation also, which is financing SME growth. So this is what finances the SME growth by planning also. Next one. Baroda Contractor Scheme. Now, thanks to Vijaya Bank, who were the pioneers in this, who were the leaders in this, and due to the merger with the Bank of Baroda, Bank of Baroda has now carried forward this legacy of Vijaya Bank, wherein आज ये कॉन्ट्रैक्टर सेगमेंट जो है, आप अगर देखते होंगे, द एंटायर कंट्री इज अंडर अ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. कहीं बिल्डिंग बन रही है, कहीं ब्रिजेस बन रहे हैं, कहीं वाटरवेज, कहीं कैनाल्स, कहीं डैम्स, एवरीथिंग. So the whole country is dug up and new things are basically coming up. Now who all is facilitating is a contractor profile, and we intend to serve that contractor profile only. Now in this segment, what we have found out, not in the too distant past, the erratic cash flows were there. अभी पता चलेगा 6 महीने तक कोई पेमेंट नहीं आया है, 3 महीने तक कोई पेमेंट नहीं आया है, and suddenly the payments has come, and in big volume. Now to support this, how do we go about it? Is typically there is an overdraft facility. Now no hassle of a stock statement every month, no stock and book audit, no DP related hassles, and you get a open finance as such. Only once a year that you basically submit as a stock statement, and that is done. Moreover, since we have been among the leaders out here in this particular segment, we can safely say that we have the capacity, and that is where the network of 8,000 branches and all basically comes into the picture. We have the network to support you in terms of timely BG issuance, timely solvency certificates, and anybody, if he represents the contractor profile out here, would understand the importance of this whole piece on a timely basis. So we can assure you about that also. Ma'am, please. Sir, if you permit us, post this, I would personally connect with you. Just because these timelines given are very sacrosanct to us. I'm sorry, but yeah. चलिए ठीक है sir. We'll accommodate. आप please बताइए.
I'm saying about with related to the software contractors or any other contractors. You said about this is a policy of RBI. Or is it a policy of the bank?
It is
talking about
this policy, Baroda contractor scheme, is a policy of the bank.
But that does not cover software contracts.
This policy per se does not cover. Yeah, this policy per se does not cover the software piece. But in case that there is a specific requirement like that, we can always understand your requirement, and based on the requirement, we can work out a solution for you. So that's not going to be a hassle. But this is typically keeping particular segment in view, that the policy has been made so that it is a templated kind of a policy, not too much of understanding or so. That understanding has gone upfront only, and now the policy has been crystallized as the basis, whatever that we have been serving the industry.
This is only of your bank, I mean.
This is the policy of Bank of Baroda, sir. All these products, whatever that I am talking about, are for Bank of Baroda as such. In fact, we have a contractor scheme for Mumbai also. So anybody whosoever is a contractor with BMC or with any other registered agencies out here, MSRDC or so, we typically have a policy which is specific to Mumbai in this. So because of our working with BMC over a long period of time, we know the comforts, and that is how the policy has been designed with a low collateral coverage and all. So normally होता क्या है, जब भी आप OD सुनते हैं, contractors सुनते हैं, there is a high collateral coverage that is being spoken about. But completely contrary to that is the policy. So this is there. Now loan against property. You may be thinking as to this is a product with almost every bank. Now how do we basically, what different it is that we put it out here on the slide. So let me assure you, it is not loan against property, it is a loan against property plus. Now how come plus is? We can offer you loan against industrial properties. We can offer you loan against plots. Now these are things which are typically not everybody is doing it. Now if this was not enough, we can offer you loan against third-party collateral also. Now this is typically unheard of. So we have seen in some places wherein आपके घर में ही कोई सदस्य हैं लेकिन उनका डायरेक्ट इन्वॉल्वमेंट बिजनेस में नहीं है, हिज प्रॉपर्टी कैन बी टेकन बट द बैंक वोंट टेक बिकॉज ही इज नॉट अ डायरेक्टर, ही इज नॉट अ शेयर होल्डर एंड दिस दैट. सो इवन अ थर्ड पार्टी कोलेट्रल कैन बी एक्सेप्टेड अंडर दिस. नाउ दिस गिव्स यू कंप्लीट फ्रीडम इन टर्म्स ऑफ वर्किंग आउट योर बिजनेस स्ट्रैटेजीज. आपको हर समय हैसल नहीं लेना है कि मुझे स्टॉक स्टेटमेंट देना है, मुझे ड्राइंग पावर का स्टेटमेंट देना है एंड ऑल दैट, एंड यू गेट द अमाउंट. एंड टू ऐड द आइसिंग टू द केक इज दैट इसी प्रोडक्ट के अंदर हम आपको सीसी लिमिट, एलसी लिमिट, बीजी लिमिट, वी कैन कार्व आउट दोज फैसिलिटीज ऑल्सो फॉर यू. सो दैट इज वाई आई सेड कि दिस इज नॉट अ लोन अगेंस्ट प्रॉपर्टी, बट दिस इज अ लोन अगेंस्ट प्रॉपर्टी का एक फर्दर अपफ्रंट वर्जन हो गया है ये विद बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा. Coming on to commercial vehicle, it is something which is related to again the contractor segment. So the contractors are typically facilitating this kind of growth to us. अब उस growth में all the machineries are going to be basically required in terms of dumper excavators, lift, crane, everything. And we are funding those machines, and the bank is growing exponentially in this segment. So we can fund you in this also. 100% of the chases value and 95% of the full body value can be funded. There is no requirement of collateral. You can prepay the loan as per your wishes. There is not going to be a penalty on that also. In terms of supply chain finance, we have a tie-up with almost some 60 major top corporates in India. अगर आप उनके dealer distributor हैं, तो we can fund you the bills which are being raised as such. Now coming on to one of the themes of the current times, which is solar project finance. Now Bank of Baroda is especially invested in this product, and we are funding without any collateral cover up to a certain limit. Like 5 crore के अगर loans हैं, they are basically without any collateral that we are funding. Beyond that, it is typically minimum collateral of 25%, which would suffice. And these loans are typically, up to 30 crore, these loans can be given. So these are long-term loans, bigger amount loans, and typically coming without a collateral cover. So I don't think there is anything more going to be needed in terms of saving. And this again is going to be applicable to bank customers, जो हमारे बैंक के customer है उनके लिए भी है, और बाहर से जो customer है उनके लिए भी है. Suppose you are carrying working capital limits with any other bank, you want this particular facility from Bank of Baroda, kindly approach us. We would work out a solution for you. And coming on to the last scheme or the product, I would say it is not a product, it is going to be the revolution, it is going to be the order of the day, which is going to be there in future, and which is TREDS. Now this is something which was being spoken by Honorable Finance Minister also during the budget speech. Now in this, everything is basically built on a digital rail. There is an exchange on which the buyer and seller both are there. The seller is going to be an MSME customer, and the buyer can be your mid-corporate also. It can be a corporate, it can be a government undertaking, it can be a private sector enterprise also. Once a bill is raised, it is accepted by the buyer, we can basically discount those bills, the bank can discount those bills, and it comes, यहाँ पर collateral का कहाँ पे number आता है, यहाँ पे collateral का कहीं पर भी जिक्र नहीं आता है. There is nowhere a mention of the collateral piece which is coming into play. So you are getting your bills discounted without any collateral coming into play. So this is one of the schemes which is going to be the order of the day. अगर आप किसी भी corporate customer या mid corporate customer को या private sector enterprise को कहीं भी किसी को आप supply करते हैं, even public sector enterprise को, kindly consult us for this, availing this kind of a facility. Now coming on to the last product, this is the CGTMSE product. So each one of you would be aware about this, but let me tell you, we are doing it under hybrid scheme also. तो आपके पास मान लीजिए 1 crore का कोई collateral है, you want a loan, a bigger term loan of 10 crore or a CC of 10 crore. Now how to structure this solution? So this is where this kind of a government guarantee comes into play, wherein we can work out some solution for you. तो आपके low collateral coverage के साथ साथ भी हम वर्कआउट कर सकते हैं सॉल्यूशंस. अगर आपके पास कोई भी कुछ भी कोलेटरल नहीं है, but the business is good enough for us to fund, we will again take help of this credit guarantee and fund you a requirement, whatever is required as per your business. So this is all from our side as of now. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. Thank you very much.
I now request Mr. Sandeep Prakash to kindly come on stage to present the mementos. Thank you. And a photograph also.